Hello, 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 and shout out to all my sorors of Alpha Kappa Alpha Sorority Incorporated. I'm Andrea Smith, aka Divine Ivy, bringing you greetings from ETO Spring '05 line. Happy Founders Day to all my sorors. Mwah! January 15th, 1908, we were founded on the campus of Howard University. Look it up, people, look it up if you don't know. And now I think I've calmed down from my fabulous exercise there. I am not as young as I used to be, clearly. I'm over here like... So, the question today is about community, and I would be remiss on January 15th, 1908 if we did not talk about the first community I ever felt solely a part of as a young woman. Because all prior to that, I was a part of things for church. That was really because of your family, aka slightly also because of family and community. But it was the first community that I joined, Spring '05, ETO Epsilon Tau Omega chapter in Greenville, as I was coming out of grad school. So right just before I graduated grad school in '05 was when I was made, all that. And so the reason I bring up that community is because it is a sisterhood, and it is a true sisterhood, and it's a family. And in that, I think there's a couple of lessons for those of you who are creating your own communities right now. Those of you who are working on your own Facebook groups, you're trying to create community on YouTube, Instagram, otherwise, wherever it is that you're creating community over email. There's so many ways, but specifically for Facebook, because Facebook groups are powerful for so many reasons. And you can look up the data statistics on that, but I guarantee you, if you've got a business page with 150,000 followers, your Facebook group with 30,000 followers is going to get far more engagement than even your business Facebook page. You got to have the business Facebook page to advertise through, but your Facebook group, there's plenty of possibilities with that. And what's great about it is it's like live interaction with an audience who believes in what you do and has like-mindedness. So there's something about them that brings them all together. So I'm going to just parlay a couple of things that I've related to sisterhood over to what can create a Facebook group community that's successful. And specifically going to relate it to a friend of mine's group, Amani Channel, who has a group called Video Confidence Accelerators. And the A.D.S agency also has a group called the A-Listers. So you can be a part of that as well for marketing, branding, and business tips. My friend Amani has a Video Confidence Accelerator group, which is fun and fantastic, and is actually what this video is a part of. We're on day 15 of a 30-day challenge here in January, where you're basically cranking out a video a day, which has been very eye-opening for me. So, all right, let's get to the community thing real fast. Hopefully, I can have you out of here relatively shortly. But the thing about community, specifically that I learned about through Alpha Kappa Alpha, is, again, it's a sense of family. In that family, there's a range of ages. You have people who are fresh college grads. You have people who are fresh out of grad school. You have people who are married with kids, small kids, married with grown kids, kids in high school, divorced, people who are on all the way up into your retirees. You kind of think of as like your aunts and grandmas and elderly people. There's that whole wide range of people that can be in that chapter, in that sisterhood, in that chapter. And so just like there's a wide range in Alpha Kappa Alpha, there can be a wide range in your Facebook group too. So you have to learn to cater to those different audiences in that group. But the great thing about that is that generally because of that age range, or you can also look at it as a skill range, an experience level range, because I'm still calm down for about a little bit. Because of that experience range, you can have people who can, kind of be mentors to people along the way. So just like in Alpha Kappa Alpha, I had people who I regarded as second mothers in that group, especially because I was in South Carolina. My family, my own actual mother, was in Alabama. So I was the only one left in South Carolina at that time when I was making a career there in the upstate. And I had several sorors who kind of took me under their wing, and several in particular who still to this day are wonderful, fantastic friends. Truthfully friends, but I regard them as mentors, as big sisters, as second mothers, whatever you like to call it. And they're people that I got great lessons from. In those groups, it's a great way to grow as an individual. In a Facebook group, it can be a great way to grow as an individual, as a business, as a personal brand. And I think that the best kinds of communities are ones where people help each other. So we do that in Alpha Kappa Alpha. We help each other, for we know there's no other like our sisterhood, Alpha Kappa Alpha. And just like a sisterhood, a Facebook group can be like that. It can be a family, a community of people that is there to help each other. And sometimes that does involve, a good way to critique. Sometimes it does involve some quiet, to the side conversations where you can say, hey, little sister, let me help you out. Hey, little brother, let me help you out. Let me give you a couple tips on how you can do that better next time. So there were a lot of growing pains and lessons that I learned in my chapter about how to deal with different personalities, because just like a family, you got a range of personalities too. And not everyone is everyone's cup of tea, but you're still a part of the same body. And so you have to learn how to function together. And so there were people who guided me through all of that. I can remember, this is so funny. I can remember coming into my chapter and people were like, she thinks she's the basilisk. I remember that. They're like, basilisk is our term for president. She thinks she's a basilisk. She's sending us stuff on how to grow ivy and how to blah, 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 and do this and that with ourselves. And she's trying to organize things or whatever. And I was just being myself. I was excited to be in an organization. I was new, just like my line sisters. And, all that got perceived in different ways, So there's ways to temper that excitement and channel it the right way. And so that was also a place where I got to try out, stretch my legs, try new things in a community that was going to help me, whether I succeeded or failed. If I failed, they were going to be there to pick up the slack, help me up. And if I succeeded, they were there succeeding with me. So, that was where I put on a lot of my first major events, helped organize them, helped put on the marketing and promotions for them, sold tickets, got the word out, got people to come and attend, and made it a successful event that, continued for years and years. And public speaking opportunities, those were opportunities to present in front of the chapter or give workshops to young girls on etiquette and things like that. It was an opportunity to stretch, to try things that maybe you wanted to try in your personal life or your business life, but you weren't quite ready for that yet, maybe. It was a good training ground, just like church. Church for us growing up was a good training ground. Again, providing the public speaking opportunities, the organizing opportunities, how to lead, how to follow. All those kind of survival skills for life, really, and how to work in teams that translates later into how to work in the business world, where all things learned in those kinds of communities. So specifically for my friend Amani's group, the Video Confidence Accelerator group, if that group became a place where anybody could come in and get some great video confidence skills, they got to practice in a safe community where people, they knew they weren't going to get slaughtered or super, thrown under the bus, or someone wasn't going to kill them and spam all over their stuff and their confidence wouldn't get shattered. They were going to get some helpful tips. They were going to learn how to improve, the quality of their videos and their editing and all that kind of stuff. Would that be a valuable place to be? Absolutely. And where all the varying levels of experience could help each other, be there to help each other. And you're drawing upon the strengths of the community for the purpose of video confidence. Same thing with the A-listers group through my business. And my group is such a baby compared to Amani's group. I know Amani keeps saying that his group is, his group is in a nascent stage as well. Well, A-listers is much is much more in a nascent state than that. So I don't post in there nearly as often, and I'm so busy working with clients and all my other projects, and right now these videos and writing, and so this is a good reminder to me to be thoughtful about that group and how I want to grow it in 2019 and what I want to do with it. So last thing I'll leave here is that I love something Amani said in his group, which is basically, like we're all here together. He was like, it's not my group, it's our group. And I think that's a wonderful way to think about community. So you're still our leader though, Amani. So, and so I think that's a wonderful way to think about your community, that it belongs to the group, and it's there to help the group out. And a group can even become self-sustaining. So even if that group were to grow to over 10,000 members one day, hopefully, ideally, there'd be enough people in there with varying skill levels, again, where as questions pop up, other people can answer them because they know the answers. Same thing for my group, for A-listers. Ideally, if it grew to a point where it was pretty big and pretty large, there would be people there who can help and grow with it. So those are my tips today, my little quick feedback on Facebook groups. What are your thoughts on Facebook groups? Surely you have been in Facebook groups by now. I want to hear the good, bad, and ugly. What are the things that you love about the Facebook groups that you're in? What are some things that get on your nerves about Facebook groups? What do you wish would be different about Facebook groups? And I'll start off with one of my pet peeves. Like, I hate it when people just randomly invite you to Facebook groups that have nothing to do with you and you would never be interested. They're just doing it because they're your Facebook friend and they're adding all their friends that they've got. Which, at least with A-listers, like, I hand selected the friends that I've got in there because I wanted it specifically to be people who were entrepreneurs, entrepreneur-minded, aspiring entrepreneurs, business owners, small to medium-sized business owners, people who are working on their personal brand, even if it's on the side, So that's what really I wanted A-listers for, so we could share marketing, branding, and business tips. All right, you can find that group if you want through my business page, the A.D.S Agency. Click on the group thing. That's it. But yeah, of course, leave your comments about what you love, hate, wish would be better about Facebook groups, greatest examples, whatever you want to share. And that's it for today. Cheers, people, and shout out again to all my sorors. Alexa, play that song again.